Ever since losing Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks have not been the same. I mean, yes, Geno did bring the Seahawks to the playoffs a couple of seasons ago, but if they want to win a Super Bowl, I feel like they need to make a change at quarterback. So today, I'm going to be giving myself 4 seasons to rebuild the Seattle Seahawks, and the goal is to win them a Super Bowl. But this is what the offense is going to look like to start things off. I mean, I feel like we do have one of the better wide receiver rooms in the NFC. On the other hand, even though this defense does have some very solid superstars, there are a lot of holes that we need to fix. I mean, with the roster that we have right now, I feel like we got like a 50-50 shot to make the playoffs. So I'm hoping that we can start the season off with a win in week 1 against the Broncos. And it looks like Denver was able to score on the first drive of the game too. So we're down 7-0 to start things off. So I'm hoping that we can get in the end zone to tie things up here. I mean, that was a pretty decent pickup right there from Walker. I'm going to try and go for Smith-Njigba here though. I feel like he is probably in a few seasons going to be the best wide receiver on this team. Lockett fumbled that, so we are very lucky that we did not lose the ball there, but I'm going to keep it on the ground with Walker this time. Oh, we got some blocks. That's going to be another first down, and he's still going. I mean, I feel like if we can get a superstar quarterback for this offense, we might have one of the best offenses in the NFC, because I feel like we already have all of the other pieces that we need. I mean, we got a solid running back. We got a really good wide receiver room. Noah Fant's pretty solid. I feel like he's going to progress, and the O-line could use a little bit of work, but I wouldn't call them terrible. So if we can keep all of the pieces that we have right now, I'd say all we're really missing on this offense is a quarterback, but that touchdown from Metcalf is going to tie the game up, and it looks like we were barely able to sneak away with the dub in the second half. I mean, we literally won by 1 point. So I mean, that win could not have been any closer. So it is nice to start the season off with a dub, but with that being said, I feel like if we do make the playoffs, we're barely gonna sneak in. It looks like Seattle actually ended up having a very rough season though, because we're gonna go 6-11, which obviously does not put us in the playoffs. I mean, I knew we weren't gonna be the best team in the NFC, but I honestly did not think that we were gonna be that bad. But anyways, to end off year number 1, it looks like Josh Allen's gonna be winning MVP, and it looks like Mr. MVP is also gonna beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. But that's gonna bring us to the first offseason of this video, and we didn't really have enough money to do anything in free agency, but we did do pretty good in the draft, because in the first round I was able to get Cam Ward, who's going to be a 79 overall in his rookie season. So I mean, this guy should be our quarterback of the future. And in the second round I also got Malachi Moore, who I think will also be pretty good by the end of the video. And with Cam Ward as our quarterback, it looks like we barely snuck into the playoffs as the 7 seed with a 10-7 record. And to start off the postseason, it looks like we have to go to San Francisco. And I was honestly expecting a lot out of the 49ers today, but so far it has been a really boring game. It is scoreless in the third quarter. I mean, I honestly can't believe how good our defense is playing right now, because I don't want to say I thought they were going to get destroyed by this offense, but I did not think that we were going to have a shutout at this point, which is pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, Christian McCaffrey is starting to regress a little bit, but at this point he is still like a 94 overall X factor, and we really have held him to like nothing. McCaffrey's barely done anything today, which is a good sign for us. And that pickup right there is going to put us in the red zone. So we are 19 yards away from finally getting a touchdown. It looks like Smith-Njigba is going to be close. I mean, honestly, one more solid play should hopefully be enough to do it. It looks like Walker's gonna get caught though. I mean, that's the thing I've realized from playing San Francisco so many times. Running the ball usually doesn't work out. So I'm gonna put in the air again, and it looks like we are gonna have Smith-Njigba open. I mean, it took us 3 whole quarters, almost 4, but we're finally gonna get in the end zone for a touchdown. So we have some points on the board. Unfortunately, right after that, San Francisco finally had a good drive as well though. So it looks like they are also in position to put some points on the board. If we can get a stop here, that would be pretty big. McCaffrey's gonna get the first down for him though, so that's gonna bring it all the way to the 7, which is gonna make it a lot more difficult on this defense. But I feel like our red zone defense has been pretty solid this season, so I'm hoping that we can do good again. That's gonna be an interception. Let's go. So Woolen is gonna come up big in the end zone, which might give us a chance to take a 2-score lead. I mean, after that we were able to get the ball all the way to the 26-yard line, and considering there's only only like 3 minutes left in this game. If we can score a touchdown here, that honestly might be enough to put it away. That was a really dangerous route. If that got intercepted, that would have really sucked because we are still in position to kick a field goal if we can't score a touchdown here. That pass was terrible too. I mean, here's the thing. If we can't score a touchdown, I want to run as much time off the clock as I possibly can. So I'm just going to keep it on the ground with Ward. Actually, I was planning on not getting the first down, but he's going to go all the way to the house for the touchdown. So that is going to make it a 2-score lead for the Seahawks. And if our defense can play well for 3 minutes, we're going to pull off the upset. I mean, our defense even got a pick 6 after that. So we are somehow going to find a way to get a shutout against San Francisco, which will be our first playoff win of the video. It looks like we've got another tough game on our hands though, because in the divisional round, we have to go to Philly. And I'm hoping our playoff luck isn't going to run out here, but Philly is definitely going to be the tougher team because I feel like they are the team to beat in the NFC right now. It's between them and the Lions. I mean, San Fran is good when they're healthy, but either way, I feel like the two best teams in the NFC right now are the Eagles and the Lions. That should be a pretty good gain right there, though. We're going to have Smith and Jigba open. I mean, as I said earlier, I feel like the only piece that we were really missing was quarterback. And ever since we got Cam Ward, this team has been pretty solid. I mean, Ward has had one hell of a season, and it looks like Smith and Jigba's going to get us in the red zone. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, we are down 14-7 right now, but if we can score here, I mean, we're going to tie this thing up once again, and it looks like we're going to have Lockett open, so that will tie the game up at 14. I mean, we're holding our own right now against the Eagles, which is definitely good to see.
A few moments later.
I mean, after that, we were even able to bring this game to overtime, but as you can see, Philly's going to sneak out with the 3-point win. So that is unfortunately going to put an end to our season. But I mean, after seeing what we were able to do this season, I feel like we actually have a pretty bright future. I mean, we only lost by 3 points to probably the best team in the NFC. So I feel like we are right there. But to end off year number 2, Patrick Mahomes is going to be winning MVP. And I was hoping Cam Ward would win Rookie of the Year, but it's going to go to Luther Burden. I mean, we were second place in the votings, which is cool. And for the second season in a row, the Eagles made it all the way to the Super Bowl just to lose to Kansas City. But that's going to bring us to another offseason. And this time I was able to get some pretty solid free agents because I got Joe Thuney for the O-line, who should be a really solid piece. And I also got Jahan Dotson. So I feel like this team is already looking quite a bit better than it did last season, but I want to go all the way this year. So I pulled the trigger on a pretty big trade for the defense. I mean, I sent a first, second, and fourth round pick to the Browns for Myles Garrett, and it cost me 2 second-round picks and 2 third-round picks, but I was also able to make a trade with the Broncos for Benito. So as you can see, heading into year number 3, I feel like we have a really solid offense right now. And on the other hand, I mean, we have clearly built one of the best defenses in the NFC. But even after all of the upgrades, it looks like we're barely going to sneak into the playoffs with a 10-7 record. And the NFC is loaded this year, man. I mean, the Packers went 15-2 and the Eagles are 14-3. And it looks like we have a rematch against the Eagles in the wild card round. And just like last season, it looks like we are standing toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the NFC because we're all tied up at 14 right now. I feel like this is a really important drive to score on here, though, so we need to at least get a field goal. I mean, since we couldn't get the first down there, that's going to make it 3rd and 2. So I'm hoping 2 yards won't be too difficult. I'm going to try and go for Smith and Jigba. Oh, we're going to have Fant. That almost didn't work. Or I guess that wasn't Fant. That was the other tight end. But he almost got hit off of his route there. So that definitely could have been bad. But thankfully, it worked out for us. Metcalf is still going. Hold on, he's gonna have the first down. Or apparently we were just short, so it's 3rd and inches because the Eagles did get a stop after that. So I'm just gonna keep it on the ground, and it looks like we are gonna have the first with Walker. I'm really tempted to go for like a home run shot here, but I don't want to do anything too risky against this defense. So I'm just gonna run this route. Oh, we gotta go on the run. We gotta go on the run. Actually, who's that? We're gonna have you wide open. That's a first. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have no idea who I just threw the ball to there. I'm pretty sure that might have been like our backup running back, but either way, I don't care who caught it. We got the first down, so that's all that matters. That was almost another big play. I'm gonna go for Dotson this time though, because we did pick him up. Oh, no way. I wanted to try and get him involved, but we're gonna throw an interception. I really hope that that doesn't burn us, but against the Eagles, that could honestly be enough to end our game. And Philly did score after that, which really hurt us, but we do still have a chance to tie things up and hopefully send this game to overtime. And our field position's pretty good right now too. That's gonna be a big play from Smith and Jigba. I wasn't really expecting him to get that much yardage there, but that brings the ball all the way to the 1 yard line. So I guess we're gonna have to give the ball back to Philly, and they're gonna have a lot of time to work with. So hopefully our defense can get a stop, because at this point, they kind of need to. It's gonna be tough though, man. I mean, this is one of the most annoying offenses to play against. I thought he was gonna go for the home run shot there, but he just went for Barkley. If he went downfield though, I feel like he honestly could have brought the ball like all the way into field goal range. That might be a touchdown right there. Never mind. He's going to go on the run again. I mean, that's just why Philly's so dangerous, man. You can't really cover everybody without leaving a hole for Jalen Hurts. So it's either leave someone wide open or make sure he doesn't go on the run. There really isn't any in between. And then you also got to worry about Saquon. I mean, I wouldn't say they're in field goal range yet, but they are definitely getting close. So I feel like our only chance is if we somehow get like an interception or something, or I guess that is actually going to bring up a third down. So if we can get a stop here, we actually have a chance to win this game. Barkley's got the first though. Never mind, we got him. I mean, we're only gonna have 16 seconds to try and get back into this game, but that's something. I mean, we still have a chance. Or I guess after the field goal, it's going to be less than 16 seconds. We only got 12 on the clock now. So I'm just going to try and go downfield with Metcalf because he is our fastest player. I highly doubt that works out. Oh, come on. That was close, too. I mean, if that pass was a little bit higher, that might have been a touchdown. But now our season is on the line here. So we need to get a Hail Mary, or our season is obviously over. Sometimes we get lucky. So I'm hoping we can maybe have like a pass interference call, but that's not going to be the case. So for the second season in a row, we are going to lose to Philadelphia by 3 points. I mean, I'm not going to say it was the main reason that we lost the game, but that interception that we threw definitely hurt our chances. But to end off year number 3, it looks like Patrick Mahomes is going to be winning another MVP. And for the third season in a row, the Eagles made it all the way to the Super Bowl just to lose. This time they lost to New York. But that's going to bring us to the final offseason of this video. And I don't have a whole lot of money to work with since I had to re-sign a lot of players, but I was able to make a pretty solid trade with the Bengals for Logan Wilson. And after that, I was able to make another pretty big trade with the Texans for Will Anderson. And after that, I made one final trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers for Zach Frazier. So as you can see, heading into the final season of this video, this offense is still looking absolutely loaded. But on the other hand, after picking up Will Anderson and Logan Wilson, this is easily a top 3 defense in the NFL. And our top 3 defense might just be the best defense in the league because they carried us to a 15-2 record to get the #1 seed in the playoffs. And to start off the postseason, we're going to be taking on the Carolina Panthers. And so far in the third quarter, our defense has once again been on an absolute tear. I mean, it is 14-0 right now. So if we can score another touchdown here, that might put this game out of reach because Carolina is quickly running out of time right now. But I'm going to keep it on the ground and hopefully we can get something. I mean, we got something, but it was only a 2-yard pickup. I was hoping for a bit more than that, but I'm going to see if we can get Metcalf open. It looks like nobody's there, so that is going to be a first down. I am really tempted to go for a shot here, but since we're in the fourth quarter now, I'm just going to be careful as I can with the football because we do not want to throw an interception and let these guys back in the game. I mean, we actually almost fumbled the ball right there, which would have been really bad, but I'm going to try and go for Metcalf this time. Actually, it looks like I think that's Dotson. He's going to be wide open for a huge gain. So that's going to save the drive for us because it was third down. If that didn't work out, we would have had to punt the ball away. But instead, we're going to bring it all the way to the 15-yard line. I can just keep this on the ground again. Hold on. That's almost a first. So we are now 1 yard away from the first down, 6 yards away from the touchdown. I'm going to put in the air one more time. That's probably not happening. Actually, we got it. That's going to be a touchdown from Fant. So Noah Fant is going to make it a 3-score game in the fourth quarter, which should pretty much put the Panthers away. I mean, it looks like they were not able to score a single point all game, which should really tell you how good this defense really is. So that's going to send us to the NFC Championship game where we have to play the Detroit Lions. And the Lions defense is absolutely loaded too, so it really shouldn't be a surprise when I say this game has been pretty much all defense up to this point. I mean, nobody's been able to score a touchdown yet. It has been all field goals. The Lions kicked 2 and we kicked 1, so it's 6-3, and we are going to be short of the first down too. So I guess we're going to have to put this in the air and hope that we can pick up the first down. I'm going to see. We should have that actually. Smith-Njigba's going to be there. Smith-Njigba has progressed nicely. I mean, he has been an absolute dog throughout this whole video. I'm going to try and go back to him again, but if I need to keep this on the ground, I will, because I do not want to risk an interception. He's got it, though, so that's almost a touchdown. So with 2 yards to go, I feel like our best option is probably just handing it off to Walker, and it looks like he's got an easy path to the end zone. So that is finally going to be the first touchdown of the game, which is going to give the lead back to the Seahawks. It looks like it's all going to come down to this, though. The Lions are not going to go out without a fight, man, but they need a touchdown. So obviously, we just need to make sure that they don't get in the end zone, and we are going to win this game. But the thing is, their field position is pretty good right now. They only have 1 timeout left right now, though, so they're probably going to keep trying to go out of bounds here. So I got to watch out for that. We have nobody on Gibbs, which is just great. I mean, I got to lock in here because if they score a touchdown, this game is probably over. That was almost a sack. If we got that, that probably would have been a drive killer, but instead, they are probably going to score a touchdown. We left a guy wide open, man. I mean, we're not done yet. We do still have time to try and score, but it is going to be really difficult because we only have 28 seconds. So we need to get some big plays if we want to stay in this game. I mean, at the very least, I do need to kick a field goal. We're going to get sacked, man. I mean, that is bad right now. That is one thing that we could not afford to have happen. We had Fant open too, and I was trying to get the ball to him, but obviously that did not work. We're going to have Smith-Njigba though, and he is gone. That actually might put us in range. I mean, we got 10 seconds too, so I'm going to try and end this game right here because a touchdown would probably walk it off. I cannot throw an interception or anything though, so I'm not going to do anything too risky. That was almost the touchdown. I mean, he would have had both feet in if that didn't bounce off his hands. So that would have been a crazy way to end the game. But either way, as long as this is good, we are going to send this game to overtime. And in overtime, it looks like we are going to be starting with the ball. So I'm hoping that we can get in the end zone here. Metcalf's going to get caught. He actually almost stayed up. That would have been crazy if he found a way to not get taken down there. But it's 2nd and 6, so I'm going to keep it on the ground this time, and we're going to get caught. I mean, this has just been a crazy game, man. If we can't pick this up, we are going to have a serious issue. I just got to throw it away, but I can't get the ball off. I mean, that might come back to haunt us because now all the Lions need to do is score a touchdown, and this game is gonna be over. On the other hand, if we get a stop with our defense, we are gonna win this game, and that will send us to the Super Bowl as well. So clearly, I'm hoping that that will be the case, but that stop is gonna make it 3rd and 6. So if we can get one more, I guess 2 more stops, because they're gonna go for it on 4th down, that will put this thing away. It's 4th and 1. So just like that, the game is on the line. I'm gonna run man coverage, which I really hope I don't regret, but I'm confident with our guys. I feel like we should be able to get the stop here, and we're gonna catch Gibbs, so that's gonna end the game. So our defense is gonna get the biggest stop of the season, which is gonna send the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. But anyways, to end off the final season of the video, it looks like Josh Allen's gonna be winning MVP, and it looks like the last team standing in our way is the 14-3 Jaguars. And it looks like Jacksonville has kept this game really close. It's 17-14 in the 4th quarter right now, but if we can score a touchdown here, that should end it, because Jacksonville's only gonna have like 2 minutes on the clock, and they're also using their timeouts now. So honestly, we might even be able to like run the clock out here, because after that pickup right there, they are now down to their final timeout. So one more run and they're gonna have to burn it, but they do still have the 2-minute warning to work with. I'm honestly just gonna put this in the air this time, and hopefully we can get Metcalf open, but I'm not gonna force it. I mean, if I have to take a sack, I will, because that will still run the clock. Metcalf got it though. He scored the first down though. So this play right here pretty much is the game. It looks like we got it though, and that is gonna be a touchdown from the tight end. I mean, considering they have no timeouts left, that touchdown should end it. And after that, it looks like we were able to hold on for the dub. So clearly defense wins championships, because after building that absolutely loaded defense that we now have, we were finally able to get the job done. So as you can see, to end off the video, Cam Ward and the Seattle Seahawks are gonna be hoisting a well-deserved Lombardi trophy. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, make sure you check out my socials. I got everything linked in my description below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.